Bagging behavior of dogs is a common complaint of majority of the pet parents. It can be frustrating to see your dog begging for food every time you take out some snacks or sit down for a meal. But the truth is, we ourselves reinforce this unwanted behavior by feeding our dogs from the table every time they beg. You would be surprised to know that begging in dogs is a learned behavior. To get a better understanding of this, let's discuss how dogs develop begging behavior. Imagine yourself sitting at the dining table and having your meal. Suddenly, your dog approaches you and paws at your leg, nudges your elbow, whines, drools, barks, or simply gazes on your plate, and in return, you offer him some of your food out of pity, concern, or love. Without even realizing, you just introduced begging in your dog. As we already know that food is an excellent reinforcer for a dog. Therefore, delivering food as a reward immediately following a behavior is likely to produce more of that behavior. The same thing happens when your dog hangs around the kitchen while meals are being prepared. In such scenarios, the dog is often rewarded with tidbits of food. This in turn makes kitchen a perfect location for him to beg for food when it is being prepared. There are a few things that you can do to stop your dog from begging. First and foremost, stop rewarding your dog's begging behavior if you want to curb it. We agree that it is easier said than done, and it can be really difficult to resist those soulful eyes longing for food. But if your pet begs and you reward him with his desired treat, food, etc., then you are directly teaching him that begging works. If you keep on giving in to his demands, he will continue to beg in future as well. On the other hand, if you stop responding to his begging, gradually he will learn that begging doesn't work. The next tip to stop begging in your dog is consistency. You need to ignore his begging all the time and make sure your friends and family members do the same. He should only be eating food from his own bowl. Additionally, make sure you ignore your dog's attention-seeking behavior by avoiding any eye contact with him while you are eating. Do not give him attention by any other means as well, like talking, petting, or yelling at him for his actions. It's critical to be consistent in this step, no matter how loud your dog barks at you or how innocent his looks are when you are eating your dinner. You can't expect your dog to understand mixed signals, so be clear and consistent at all times. If you stay consistent, he will figure out that begging doesn't get him the desired results and consequently, he will stop begging. Further, you should also reinforce his good behavior of not begging. For instance, if you are eating popcorn and your dog starts begging for popcorn, then just ignore him at that moment. If he goes away and stops his pleading behavior, call him after some time and reward him with a few popcorns or his favorite treats. This would reinforce not to beg behavior in him. Another trick that you can use to stop this behavior in your dog is by feeding him his meal before you sit down to eat. As he would already be full, this will make him less likely to beg for food. Alternately, you can also feed him his meal at the same time when you are having yours. If yours and your dog's meal times don't coincide, then make it a point to keep your dog occupied and to make the dining area inaccessible to your dog during your meals. You can teach your dog to go to a specific location at your dinner time, such as a pet bed or a crate, where he can get busy playing with a bone or an interactive food toy while you sit down to eat. You may need his favorite toy or a small treat to encourage your dog to go to that place. If your dog disobeys the command, give him a stern no and start the training process over again. This training may require patience and time, but with consistency, it will eliminate his begging at the dinner table. If you don't want your dog to come and beg for food in the kitchen area while you cook, avoid giving him food while he is in the kitchen. Decide where you want your dog to be instead and reward him for being in that spot with his own food or human food that is nutritious for him. Last but not the least, if you want to give your dog table scraps, give them once we have finished eating and make it a point to place them in his food bowl. Avoid giving any table scraps when he begs for them. Make sure that the scraps are nutritious for your dog, and he associates these scraps as a reward for his good behavior. He will quickly realize that whining and begging during dinner won't get him anything, but quietly waiting until you are done eating will. Pet parents must understand the health consequences of table scraps. Despite given in small portion, table scraps are a danger to your dog's health. The human food doesn't provide your dog the required nutrition. Dogs and humans have very different nutritional needs. Human food ingredients are more likely to cause weight gain in a dog rather than fulfilling his vitamin and mineral needs. Furthermore, dogs are also not accustomed to eating human food and can have serious health consequences like gas, bad breath, loose stools, or an upset stomach after eating human food. In a nutshell, table scraps are more of a danger to your dog's health than they are a reward for his companionship and good behavior. Instead, choose quality nutritious treats to reward your pet, keeping his nutritional needs in mind. You can use your dog's regular food for treats. They will still feel the love, but this time along with better nutrition and good health. Dog treats are rich in calories. Therefore, treats should make up less than 10% of your pet's diet. If you are going to offer treats to your dog for his good behavior at the dinner table, decrease the regular meal serving accordingly. You can also consult your vet about healthy treat options for your dog.